They had to amputate because the end of the limbs had actually died.
You're alive. You're breathing. Like, that's amazing.
I can't be with someone who's like going to be scared to bring me around their family because I'm disabled or because I'm black. You know, prosthetics can cost as much as a house.
In her defense,
It's a process, okay? Hello, my beautiful, bold, too confident to be humble, confidence in progress, or just stepping into it, babes. This is the Confidence Hour, brought to you by 49, hosted by me, Dani DMC, confidence connoisseur, professional hype woman, and your forever safe space. Today, I am honored to be sitting with Hannah Olateju, a true powerhouse of strength, resilience, and self-love. She uses her platform to inspire others, championing mental health, body acceptance, and representation for people living with disabilities. Her story isn't just about overcoming obstacles, it's about thriving, breaking boundaries, and showing the world what true resilience and empowerment look like. Hannah, I'm so thrilled to have you on the Confidence Hour. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited about today, actually.
Oh, good. Yay. I love that. That makes me so happy. So, Hannah, you've been so open online, sharing your journey. But for those who might not be familiar with you, can you tell us a little bit about your story and what you've been through?
Yes. Where do I begin? Do you have 2 weeks or so? So I'm Hannah Olateju, as you just said, and I had meningitis when I was 2 years old. So the doctors basically gave up on me and told my parents, like, you know, she's going to pass away, basically say goodbye. But thank God that I'm here right now.
Yes.
And it's all testament to my faith and God, and also the strength of my mum as well. My dad was kind of like trying to be a man. Of course, you know how a lot of men can be, kind of be macho. But I think my mum had something I would call inner strength, where she took on the pain that I was going through, even though I wasn't aware of that pain.
So you had meningitis when you were younger. And meningitis is something I feel like we hear about a lot. Like, I don't know if it's as common here, but in the States, like we get vaccines, or as you guys call them, jabs here for meningitis. So you developed meningitis, and then how did that lead to you then becoming an amputee or having to get your legs and arms amputated?
So the meningitis caused something called gangrene, which is poison, and it made all of my internal organs fail. What had happened is they had to amputate because the end of the limbs had actually died.
Okay.
So the flesh turns into like black. It's kind of similar to necrosis.
Okay.
So the limbs basically die off, and the nerves are dead, the bones are, everything is just gone. Okay. Pretty much. For me, I've got one through the knee, one just below the knee, which is like 1 centimeter difference for my legs, and my arms are just below the elbow. Okay. But I was really blessed because I know some people have very, quite large limb disparity. Okay. So one might be below the knee, one might be the thigh. And it's really hard to fit prostheses, having an amputation like that. So I was really lucky. So I just thank God because I can still walk without prosthetics. I can still, you know, have leverage with my arms, be able to cook and, you know, brush my teeth, and it's just anything that I want to do. So.
And you're alive.
Yeah,
you're living,
pretty
you're
much.
Breathing. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't aware of what had happened to me until I was probably about 12 years old, to be honest. And this is going to sound really weird, but I didn't know that I was an amputee for a long time because it's so normal to me. You know, this is my normal. I was 2.5. You don't really know what's happening. You don't really know what's going on. And actually, the first thing I asked for after my surgery was actually a packet of sweets. So in the hospital, like, I've imagined having all these bandages and you're asking for sweets. So it just kind of shows you about the innocency. Yeah, exactly. So it shows you the innocency of children. And I think a lot of people do tend to ask me like, oh, how did you feel losing your limbs? And I didn't feel any type of way because I was 2. So this is my normal.
Yeah, you didn't really know. They say our first memories come when we're like 3 or older. So
exactly.
Yeah, so it's like if you don't know your normal before, you don't know anything else to go off of. So this is your normal.
Exactly. And I actually prefer it that way because if I was to say have my amputation now, things might be different. Yeah. So for me, if it was going to happen, it's better then than later.
Yeah. So you said that when you were 12, that's when you like really realized that maybe you were different than other people or you were living a different experience. Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about that. Like, how did you realize that? When did you first notice? Did other people make you aware?
So as a child, I was good, but I was a bit rude to people because I think it was a defense mechanism because I didn't see myself as different. My school, I grew up with all my friends, so everybody knew me. It was always new people, I remember from primary school, that would have issues and people would get used to me. So I think it was only making the transition from primary school to high school. I think that's what made me more aware, and I realized, oh my gosh, I don't have limbs. There's certain things that I can't do, even at like PE or cooking or I don't know, it could be even simple as walking as well.
Yeah.
So that's when I began to understand that I'm actually disabled, which is not a negative thing to say that. It's the truth, you know. I know some people feel a certain type of way about that word, but I don't see the shame in it. I don't see anything negative about that, the stigma or whatever not. It kind of changed how I saw myself a little bit because I realized there's some limitations that I hadn't actually confronted. So that was quite difficult as a child, but eventually you just get over it and you find a way to do things. And I think that's why I am the way I am. If I know I need to do something, I would just find another way.
Yeah.
So, and not just say I can't do it.
Yeah.
I would find a way.
You're quite
or
resourceful.
Get someone to help me. you know? So,
yeah,
definitely.
And what made you start wanting to share your story online and publicly? Because that's a whole nother, you know, not only are you dealing with what's going on internally for you and processing all of that, now you've decided to bring it to the public eye. Did you feel like that was something bigger than yourself, that you wanted to touch other people?
Well, actually, it started off as an accident because I started off influencing when I was finishing sixth form, so college.
Okay.
So I started influencing actually at 16, but like for fun, with private account amongst your friends. You just post you're out on the weekend shopping, stuff like that. Then I actually started doing it more seriously at 17. I started off just posting my lifestyle, positive things about God, things about my journey. My parents were very against it. We're very private, apart from maybe my brother and I, but we're very like no social media, no Facebook, no Instagram, no TikTok.
And they were probably quite overprotective as well.
They were protective, but they said if you have a story to voice, so go ahead, just be mindful of people, you know, because there's some really crazy people out there. So I think it was more so being safe with like my location. I think that was their biggest concern, especially like the early days of Instagram. So yeah. Definitely. It started all on Instagram, to be honest. TikTok didn't exist at the time.
Yeah. So what year is this?
So this would have been 2017, 2018.
Okay, yeah, that's when I started as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. It was a good time.
Oh, yeah.
The good old days, as I call them. Things have
I know.
changed a lot since then.
I know. I miss the old Instagram.
Same. I feel like it's gotten a bit darker, too. Like, people are a lot meaner. It feels like primary school. Was there a specific moment, once the accident happened, was there a specific moment that kept you continuing on with social media and wanting to, you know, keep going?
I think it was when I got my first magazine cover with Glam Africa. So that actually changed things because I realized that people wanted to see me and I just saw myself as a normal person, you know, living, doing my stuff, but I didn't realize the impact of my story. So that was really a changing point. And it was kind of like I was in the twilight zone thinking, time slowed down. I'm like, wow, this is actually, something is here.
Yeah.
You know, I've opened Pandora's box pretty much.
Yeah.
So I realized, no, there's something I need to dig further into and actually investigate and see how I can voice my story to the world.
It seems like you had a lot of support within your family, which is such a beautiful thing. Talk to me more about that. Did you have a lot of support growing up? Was it mostly with your family? Did you have really close friends that you feel like you could call on?
So I have a huge family from all over the world and everyone was really supportive. Oh, I love when I was in hospital, it was my mom, my dad, my brother, and my mom's brother and his whole family were there every single day. Probably during visiting hours. They wouldn't even leave after, is what I'm told. So I had a lot of support and I think I couldn't have done it without them.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like mom and dad are there, but it's the village. You have to have your village.
That is
it's
so
really
true.
important.
And it's such a blessing because there's so many people that don't have that village. And I think it's the village that gets you through. It really does.
Definitely.
And 9 times out of 10, we always hear about, I know my personal story from hearing your story, there's always a woman. There's always a woman behind you. And oftentimes it's our mom. Yes, and I think it's so powerful for you that your mom, you know, you said in the beginning of this too, that she was such a pillar of support for you. And you said that she had vision of like, okay, we're going to get through this and I'm locked in on that.
Yeah.
Did you see a lot of confidence from your mom growing up?
Definitely. My mum is like my first role model, my first hero, like everything. I love my dad, but everything, but my mum is like the blueprint in a way, you know? She was really like at the forefront of my mindset as well. I think my dad gave me more of like the educational boost because I'm half Nigerian, so we love education. He was like, you're going to go to uni, you're going to get 2-3 degrees, then you're going to do your doctorate, your PhD, or everything. And then my mum was like, my mum made sure that I didn't just stay at home. So after the amputation, after healing, she took me out on holiday. She made sure that I traveled everywhere. She made sure that I went out pretty much every weekend. I went to a mainstream school, and she made sure life was as normal as possible. And I think that is really why I am now, how I am now. I just don't think of myself as anything other than normal.
Yeah.
And that's because of the upbringing.
Yeah.
So
and that's how it should be. Yeah. I feel like that's one of the reasons I wanted to start this podcast as well, is to just bring people's stories to light. And I think it's so important that we realize we have so many more similarities than we have differences.
Definitely.
And the second you sit down and talk to someone that doesn't look like you, that doesn't sound like you, that doesn't have the same experience as you, the same religion as you, or what, you know, fill in the blank, anything that makes you othered or different, you realize we have so much more in common. And now I can empathize with you and I can understand you. You mentioned that faith is really important to you and it's been a big part of your story. How has your faith helped guide you through those early changes in life, and how has it shaped you as a person today?
I believe it's given me the boost that I needed to be able to do anything that I set my mind to. A lot of people believe that with disability comes mental limitation. They might be physical, but the whole mental limitation is literally just in your mind. You need to actually be able to come out of that and think, no, I need to find a way to do things and live a life, but I cannot hold myself back. So my relationship with God has really made me have that belief that I can do anything that I put my mind to, within reason, of course. You know, obviously it's the reality of things. But I definitely want to be able to achieve more than I have achieved even now. So I don't know if I'm gonna like climb a mountain anytime soon. Probably not.
But you
Stuff
could.
Like that. I could, but I choose not to, because I'm
That's
not a
me
mountain
with running
girl.
a marathon. Like, I'm never gonna run a marathon. My
No,
friend
me
said to
too.
me the other day, she was like, "Don't say that. Never say never." I was like, "Girl, I hear you. Never say never." But I am never going to run a marathon, and I'm okay with that. I'm fully okay with that.
I hear you. Even when I was younger, I wanted to do running in the Paralympics. And then I started reading about like the workout routines, and I said, Mom, I'm not doing this.
Never mind.
Not even
I
one
changed
day.
my mind. Tell me about a time when you felt like your confidence was at rock bottom.
There was a time when I was in high school where I started to get bullied a little bit. Unfortunately, in high school, I had a lot of jealousy. I had a lot of like enemies, you know. It wasn't based on my disability. I think it was mainly based on like stupid kid stuff, pretty much. When I was in school, it was about what bag you had and just little stupid things.
Petty stuff.
So I think maybe I had like a year, maybe about 9 months, when I was really like low in school. The great thing is that I had a break. It was only literally in certain classes with certain people. But when I was away from those people, it was fine. But I think that was probably like the lowest. I can't really recall any other time because I'm quite a confident person. So I don't think there wasn't any other time that I felt really low apart from that.
Do you think confidence has always been in you? Do you remember like the first time you experienced confidence or felt like I have something inside me that's telling me I'm okay? I don't need to listen to kind of what I'm hearing from the outside.
Yes, definitely. I think my last year of high school and also on my gap year as well. That was like freedom. I want to go on another gap year.
I love that. Tell me about that. What made you decide to do a gap year? Where'd you go?
I went around the Caribbean. So we went to St. Lucia, went to Cuba, Dominican Republic, Jamaica.
You're speaking my language.
Barbados.
I love the Caribbean. That's like my second home.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Definitely. I loved it and I would do it all over again.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think everyone should travel and like broaden their horizons. I think for me, it also helped me see how people from abroad, like how I'm perceived internationally. Going away for a year continuously, it was life-changing.
Yeah. Were you on your own?
No, I went with my mum. My mum and one of my friends who also took a gap year.
Okay, I love that. And Caribbean people are the best. Like, I'm sure everyone was willing to help and
yeah,
give
definitely.
you anything you needed. Oh, I love that.
And we ended up going to Jamaica like 3 times within the year. So the people knew me in the airport.
My dream.
I said, I need to stop coming here. People know me now. I need to go somewhere else.
Okay, so what about that year fed your confidence?
I think it made me realize what I can do and more of what I can do. And it made me change my perspective on how I conduct myself. I realized that in my mind, I was thinking everybody already knew me in terms of like my insecurities. Then I realized, hold on, no, they don't really know me and they perceive me very positively. So I need to perceive myself more positively too. And I think that's what made like a switch click in my head. Don't they have like is it frontal lobe?
Yes. Yeah, your frontal lobe developing.
Well, it develops slowly.
Very slowly. And for men, even slower. But yeah, I think it completes its development at the end of your 20s. Now you're on this confidence journey. You've stepped into a more confident version of yourself.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yes, definitely.
So what would you say now is a moment when your confidence has been sky high? Like the highest you've ever felt, the most confident you've felt? And was there like a specific breakthrough that brought you to that point?
I think it's not one specific moment. I think it's a collection of many moments that made me come to the conclusion that I am actually confident. I just had to be in the right environment. I think the right environment is really important to help people to develop and to bloom, essentially.
Yeah.
And I just had to be out of school pretty much, because school, I don't like hard work in terms of school. So like I realized that I had to be around people who knew what they wanted, because I was really ahead of my my peers, sorry. And instead of like studying, I wanted to start a business. This is what most of my family do. We all have our own businesses.
Yes.
So I wanted to start my own business. I wanted to trade in the stock market. I wanted to do anything but schoolwork.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was being held back and limited for many years. And now when I came out into the real world, I thrived. Yes. I didn't think I could do it. I was scared, but I did it. Yeah. And I think my mum, like, she set me up for success, and so did my dad as well at the time. Yeah. So I'm really and my brother was just like, make as much money as possible, basically.
Tell your brother to call me, because I love the way he buys things. No, I really relate to that. I was meant to be an entrepreneur. Like, I had a nail business as a kid. I had for one of my like 11th birthday, I asked for a cash register for Christmas, like a real one, not a kid cash register, like an adult grocery store cash register.
Yeah.
And I just was always about my business. I had a jewelry making company, and I really struggled in school. I did not like school. I wasn't a good grade kid. Like, I was ready for the real world. And I think as soon as I got into the real world is when I really thrived. So I really relate to you on that. And I think the education system needs to change a bit. There needs to be, I said this in a YouTube video recently, but there needs to be more championing of creative kids that feel that entrepreneurship or that business mentality and want to learn more about creativity and expressing themselves. And I'm really hoping, because we've created more of an industry around content creation and being self-employed, that schools will start to do that. They make it hard for you to have kind of your own mind, your own path. We should have the ability to say to teachers, this is not fueling me. But it's hard as a kid too, because you don't really understand what you need, but this is not it.
Yeah, I knew that. And there was only 2 of us that went on a gap year. Everybody went to university. Oh, wow. I basically felt like really alone, because I felt like, okay, my friend went to like Canada, something like that, on an expedition. Yeah. And then when she came back, she went straight to uni. So, and that's the expected thing. But my mum was like, if you want a year, 2 years off, but no more than 2, take the time and experience life. I think she saw that I wanted to come out of that whole school environment and just live for myself. Yeah. And I think with her guidance and my brother's guidance as well, I did do a little work experience at his office, which I'll never do again. But I didn't like it.
We all did it. I did it. We had to try the corporate 9 to 5. Yeah. And I think all us creatives are like, I tried it, not for me.
And I started at 10, finished at 4. And on my second day, I said to my brother, I'm not coming back on my 3rd day.
I'm so sorry. I tried. So you said there were a bunch of small moments that led up to you being this confident person. You shared one of them as your gap year. What are a couple others?
So I was featured on ITV News quite a few years ago. I was kind of like taken back, because I thought, really, ITV? Me? Yeah. But then again, it's the whole thing of, no, I deserve it. Not for like selfishness, but because you need to take up that space.
Yes. Yeah.
Everyone deserves that. So that was a moment. And then also my gap year, when I had my own independence, my own time. I was a meticulous planner. So I was just had the fear of missing out. But I didn't want to miss out on life because I've been stuck in school all these years and I wanted that freedom. So a holiday was great. I didn't come back till like literally the year after. So it was crazy.
I love
but
that.
it was fun. You know?
Yeah.
Sometime in 2020 is like when I got really close with God. I knew God before, but I actually understood him and who he was and who I am in Christ.
Yeah.
And I think it's a testament to my story. It's when I understood why things happened the way they did and the sort of like testimony of Jesus.
Yeah.
So I realized now, okay, this is my purpose. It's not just like me posting on Instagram, hi guys, I'm in Harrods. Hi guys, I'm in Starbucks or something like that. It's actual
so much deeper than that.
Yeah, it's way more spiritual than we think. And a lot of people like to like separate the spiritual and the physical of like, this is my corporate job or this is my plan, but then this is like how I pray at night, and they separate the two. But combining the two is how we find our purpose.
The cheat code.
Yeah, pretty much. And life can be simple, but we make it complicated.
That is so true.
Yeah.
That is very true. Okay, so another huge thing you've done is you walked in 2 fashion weeks, which is incredible. London and Accra fashion weeks. That's such a huge moment. So how did that feel? What did it mean to you personally and also for your community?
That was another moment where I thought, wow, God is moving in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
London was not planned and it was the most rushed thing I've ever done in my life.
As Fashion Week usually is.
Yeah, I had no
Chaos.
clue. Even up to like maybe 3 weeks before, I had no clue. I just got a call or I got an email. Luckily, I saw the email because it was in my spam, so I might not have seen it. And then I thought, is this a scam? I thought it was a scam, so I didn't reply.
Because there's so many scams out there for
So
fashion
many.
weeks. I've gotten a couple.
Yeah, and I'm like, how did they even hear about me? Like, I just see myself as normal. And I'm an influencer, but I don't see myself as like, I don't put myself on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Because we're all human.
We
you
are.
know?
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
So I thought, okay, let me wait 2 days. And then I got another email. And then
when they send the follow-up email.
this is it. This is exactly that.
Yeah.
And then I thought, no, they're legit. Then I told my mum, and my mum said, well, go, experience, have fun.
Yeah.
If you like it, if not, you just get your taxi, come home type of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
at least you're in this like same city, country, so like makes sense.
Yeah. And then the Accra one was actually an act of God completely. It was literally the week before I was meant to go to Accra. I was planning to go there on holiday for Dirty December.
Oh, that's my goal. That's my goal.
Yeah.
God, make it happen for me.
3 days before I meant to go to Accra now, I get this Instagram message. And I thought that was a bit weird. You know, I thought, Instagram, Fashion Week. And I thought, okay, this is brand. I've checked it out on Instagram. I've Googled them. And then I tell them, okay, send me an email. They send the email, all the details and everything. I thought to myself, this might be a scam. This is in Ghana. I had no clue. I'm not really sure about how like the systems work in Ghana for Fashion Week. So I thought, let me be careful here. I showed my mom, I showed my uncle. I thought something said to me, go. You're going to Ghana anyway. So go and meet with them for the fitting. If you don't like it, you don't have to go, obviously. But if you do like it, it might be important for people to see me in terms of like seeing the glory of God. And that's how I decide what to do and what not to do. So I went to the fitting and they were so nice. Everyone was lovely. It was like a big girly like day where we all had our fittings. We had food, we had music. So I thought, no, this is a good feeling coming from God. So I need to do this, you know? Yeah. Yeah, it was all quite a rush, but luckily, because I was going to Ghana anyway, it worked out nicely.
God,
so
I love that.
And I want to do it again. I want to do like, I know I think they have one in Senegal or Gambia.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not sure, but anywhere in Africa.
You should do them all. That'd be incredible.
Definitely.
Okay, so your first time walking on a runway, tell me what that felt like.
Yeah, London, I was faking it. Every second I faked my confidence.
Yeah. It's nerve-wracking. I've done it too, and it's like, it can be very overwhelming.
Yeah. So
if you ever want your confidence tested, go on a runway, because I'm about as confident as they come. And I still held my confidence, but I was like, this is a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So I just I remembered what I'd seen on Britain's Next Top Model? America's Next Top Model, yeah. And I walked like how I used to see Tyra Banks walking.
Yes.
So I tried to do that and tried not to fall as well.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, keep your head up and then give them the best angles. And that's what I did. Yeah. And then Accra now was a much bigger crowd. Yeah. And for some reason, like, I was super nervous, more nervous than London. 2 days before the show, after accepting everything, I remember my mum telling me constantly, make sure when you get on the runway, put your head up, put your head up, put your head up. She kept telling me.
Yeah.
So on the runway, all I could hear was put your head up, put your head up, put your head up. And
love
that's what I was
that.
doing. I had my head like this the whole time. I'm sure if you see the video, it looks like I've got like something on my neck. Like
Making you look up.
Yeah, and we had a huge hat on as well.
Yeah.
So I had to like make sure I wasn't poking anyone. The hat was big.
Yeah.
It was really big. So it was like, it should be
I
an
need to see the
ascot, you
video.
know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was very successful.
Oh, I love that.
And everyone went, I think we all went clubbing after. So yeah, it was great.
Oh, that's
I had a really good
amazing.
time.
I love when it's good energy too, like how you were saying in Accra, it was like a girly weekend, like good energy.
Yeah.
It's always nice when it can be like that.
Definitely.
When was your like first memory or experience with prosthetics? Did you always like walk on prosthetics? What was that experience like?
So I had my first prosthetics when I was maybe 5.
Okay,
I
so
think.
really quite young.
Yeah, from the beginning, pretty
incredible.
much. Prosthetics, any amputee will tell you it's not an easy ride.
Yeah.
It's definitely something where you have to make sure that you have a good fitting shoe, otherwise your legs are going to ache.
Yeah.
You know, your feet are going to ache, you're going to have issues.
Yeah.
So I think the hardest thing about it is making sure that the prostheses fit. So if they don't fit, it can affect your whole life.
Yeah, and being so young too, like 5, it's like shoes. You're gonna grow, so they need to
Every
change
year.
so much. Yeah.
So we had those, and I would be changing constantly. And I even had sea legs. They're like a huge spring.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
I'm sure you've seen them
Yeah,
in
I have.
Paralympics.
I've seen them. Yeah, definitely.
So
They're like
I've
a
had
C
those.
curve, right? Yeah.
Those, and those are fun.
So what's
Very
the
fun.
difference? Is it like how they feel, or are they for different things? Do they serve a different purpose? The curve versus the straight?
Yeah, so they're mainly for like running.
Okay.
Mainly for running.
That's
and
why you see them in
sprinting.
Paralympics.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, but I wouldn't be running. It would be, I was basically bought them to see if they work better than like my prosthetics now, or like the longer legs with actual feet on them.
Okay, yes.
So, but I think every amputee is different. Some people don't even like prostheses. Some people want everything or nothing, pretty much. There's no like middle ground.
Yeah.
But for me, it was always leg prostheses that was going to change my life and be easier for me.
Yeah.
I've tried arm prostheses, which a lot of people do ask me actually, even till today. And I don't like them.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I have leverage on my arms.
Yeah.
So I feel
You
the
can
higher,
use them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The higher I have my amputation, the harder it would be for me. So mine is right below my elbow, so I can still pick up things and
you were
brush
doing
my
your
hair
makeup
type of
before
thing.
this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank God I can do that.
Yeah, no, that's a blessing.
Yes, definitely. So I didn't really need prosthetics. I tried them a lot in primary school mainly. And by high school, I just trashed them pretty much because they were useless to me.
Yeah.
You know?
It makes sense that you'd have to decide. Every person is different, so you have to decide what works for you. Does having prosthetics work? Do you want them just on your legs? So that makes sense.
I remember my mum always guilt tripped me about this. I have these motorized legs. They're like bionic. And I can't remember what they're called.
Wait,
and
so what, they like walk for you?
Pretty much. Like
Wait,
they
that's
learn,
so cool.
it's like AI, they learn how you walk and then you just walk naturally. If it sees you're going to fall, it kind of like...
Catches you?
It will stiffen so then you don't fall. They're really cool actually.
Wow.
And they were bought privately because you have NHS and you have private. So they were not on NHS. And they were so... You know, prosthetics can cost as much as a house. It's actually ridiculous. My mum spent a lot of money on this and I don't use them. And she guilt trips me even till today, like several years later. And it's just because I found what works for me.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish I didn't buy them now, but it's good to know that you don't need it.
Yeah.
I guess it's better to know that before.
It's incredible, the technology and how much things have changed. Like, think if you were born in the 80s or 70s, they might not you might not have access to the things you do now. And
It's
10,
true.
20 years from now, especially with what you're doing and creating more representation and advocacy for what you're experiencing, it's like, who knows where we're going to be at with AI and everything.
Exactly. And I think I was born in the right time because I remember having prosthetics where you had to like strap over your crotch and they were like basic for kids, basics. And I don't know where they were before then. So, but we thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I think things have changed. Technology has evolved. And I think, definitely born in the right time.
Yeah, for sure. It's incredible. Thank you for sharing that with me, because there's so much I don't know and I want to learn. So I appreciate that. And I'm sure it can teach a lot of other people as well. You've turned your challenges into triumphs, and you've really opened up this door on social media to be a representation. And I think that's so important. What was the biggest surprise in sharing your fashion and beauty and just personal journey online?
People actually enjoying what I put out. Because like I said, it was an accident. I just posted my daily life and people actually like caught on. It began becoming popular.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, okay, this is interesting. And at first it was novelty. And then I kind of just, ignored it until it grew and grew. I'd never really checked my following. One day I had 100K and I thought, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah. When did we get here?
Yeah, exactly. So then I remember showing my brother and he was like, how? Did you buy followers? I said, no, I had no clue. I didn't even know you could buy followers.
Same. When people say that, I'm like, wait, I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, exactly. So I just kind of fell into that purpose, and sharing my story is just like another perk of my testimony. It's not really my story. It's what God has done for me and how he's pulled me through things that people would see as a really dark place, I guess. Because a lot of people do think that when you're disabled, that your life is terrible, that you're suffering, that
you're unhappy.
Yeah. And I think it's projection, to be honest, because I'm very fortunate to have really hardworking parents, or my mum and my dad's no longer with us. So
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you. So my mum has always pushed me in the direction I need to be in. And she said, you might not have your arms and legs, but you have your brain. Ooh. So you're going to
I love your mom, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout
I wish
out
she
to your
came
mom.
today.
Yeah. She should have.
I know.
Oh, I love that. I think that, again, the power of the mom, it's something incredible. Definitely. It really is. And I think that what you've done and been able to put online, it's so important. We need to see different people. It's what I feel like was missing prior to social media, especially in the fashion and beauty spaces. And social media has allowed us to open that door and say, hey, you were trying to leave us out and not include us, so we're going to do it ourselves and show you what you're missing out on. And then slowly they catch on, bring us to fashion weeks and do... It's important, because there's so many different types of people in this world. We all need to be showcased and validated. And
I agree.
And we still have so much further to go.
Yeah, definitely.
But because of women like you, voices like yours, we're getting, people are getting more recognition, exposure, and understanding different bodies and different people.
Yeah. And I think for me, I became the change I wanted to see in the world, because another part of starting social media was not seeing anyone like me. I found maybe one or two, but they were in America. Yes. There was no one in the UK that I knew of.
And I think it's really real what you said about projection. That hit me when you said that, because so many people, that's why I, am such a promoter of confidence, because I feel like so many people are driven by their insecurities. And when you do not feel love inside yourself, you can't put love outside. You can't put love into the world. If you have healed that part of yourself and you truly are confident, you can't look at someone else and see their differences as something that makes them anything but beautiful. And so when people put that hate on you, whether it's online, in person, whatever the case may be, it is fully projection. It's their own hate and sadness inside that think, how could this person ever love themselves or ever be happy or ever live a fulfilled life? Because I don't live a fulfilled life, and I am an able-bodied person, or I am fill in the blank, whatever the other person is lacking, right?
Social media back when I was younger was much nicer.
When we first started, 2017, 2018, oh, it was butterflies and rainbows and fairy tales. I miss it. Come back.
And now I know we're in the last days, because the way I see the arguments online,
mental.
I remember seeing something, a lady didn't want to wear makeup on her wedding day.
Oh, yeah, Glamzilla.
I think so.
Is it Glamzilla?
Yeah, I think
She's a friend of mine. Love her. She's amazing.
And I thought, okay, well, that's fine. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
But people had an issue with it. And I'm like, it's not their business. Why are
It's literally not your wedding.
Exactly. So they need to get a life.
Yeah. No, it's insane.
Crazy.
So speaking of relationships and people, it being a little chaotic in the streets, another area that it's also chaotic is the dating world. Let me tell you, I've been single for 1.5 years now, and it's crazy. Are you in your 20s?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought. So 20s are obviously a great time, but also crazy and chaotic time for dating. What's your experience with that? Do you date? Are you open to love? What are your thoughts on it?
Definitely open.
Yes.
And I think it's something that I never really thought I would have any shortcomings with. I feel like my disability is kind of like a filter to filter out like rubbish people, pretty much. I never really see it as something to hold me back, but rather to push me forward. And for me, I date with intention. I don't really do like the whole hookup. I text you today, don't text you tomorrow type of thing. That's messy. I don't do situationships.
Yeah. So what is like your dream man?
Someone, I like traditional a little bit, and I like someone.
She's a Yoruba girl.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, being half Yoruba, we love tradition. We like someone. This is gonna sound so bad. Someone to take care of us, especially like financially. Doesn't sound bad
if that's what you want. Yeah.
Especially like financially, because I'm not a cheap person.
Yeah.
I have to be honest. Like, if you see my dressing
really,
room,
I had no idea with the Louis.
I thought my hair was covering it. Like, I'm not a cheap person.
Yeah.
Like, I need someone to take care of me. I make my own money.
Yeah.
But my money's for me. And his money's for me too. Like, I know that sounds so bad.
No, she's Yoruba. That is, hey, it's aligning with your culture. I feel you. I support you, girl. Do what makes you happy.
Like, what's mine is mine. What's his is mine. And I tell my mom this. She says I'm bad, but she gets me. She understands. Because in today's economy, like, being honest, like, women have to be very tactical with dating and be intentional. We have a deadline. We have a clock, a body clock.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure whoever we date and we have children with and will marry and have children with, we need to make sure that they're going to be a good father, a good provider, you know, in the future. We provide for ourselves, yes.
I was going to say, the reality is that we can take care of ourselves now, which it hasn't always been that way because of the pay gap. And, you know, it's been harder for us. Now we're able to make good money and take care of ourselves.
Exactly.
So I feel like we're really able to see, okay, what value are you adding into my life? For me specifically, other than finances too. Because like, it's great if you can support yourself financially and you can, I don't need someone to necessarily take care of me financially, but to also be a provider. That's important to me.
Yeah, definitely.
But how can you show up? I need other ways too. I need you to provide emotionally. I need you to provide mentally, physically.
Exactly.
Like, and I think that it hasn't always been like that. We're asking men to step up a bit more.
And for me, I need someone mature.
Yes.
Because I can't be with someone who's like going to be scared to like bring me around their family because I'm disabled or because I'm black or because like I'm not skinny. Like, I'm Yoruba, I'm definitely not skinny.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so it's like I need someone who's gonna like connect with me, not just like on that physical and emotional level, but spiritual level.
Yes.
And it's always good to be equally yoked from the Bible.
Yeah.
So somebody preferably who like shares the same faith as me.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'm
sure you want a man of God. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, dating has not really been that difficult. I've been on good dates, some bad dates. Ugh, I remember the bad dates more, unfortunately.
I know, isn't that? I hate that.
I know. But
they make a lasting impression on us.
Yeah. And it gets even more entertaining when you're disabled and like the men just say like the most
stupidest
bizarre,
stuff.
the stupidest stuff.
Okay, tell me one. Like, give
you.
me like, what's one?
Like, I remember, oh my gosh. I'm sorry to my mom right now because she doesn't know this. But I went on holiday. I think, where did I go? I don't know where I went. I think I went to Portugal. And the guy I was talking to was in Portugal as well. So I said, oh my gosh, this is a plan. But I couldn't tell my mom because African mom about date, never.
Yeah,
like,
she's not
ever.
playing.
So we ended up meeting and he brought a backpack and he actually said, oh, where's your room? I'm going to put my backpack in there. And I said, what do you mean? My room was literally 2 doors behind him, but I didn't tell him. You don't tell a man where your hotel room is.
Of course.
Because I'm on holiday.
Yeah.
Right. And funny enough, my friends were like undercover. So they wore like a cap and like a hoodie and they sat in the corner of the restaurant.
I need some friends like that. That's real. I love that.
Yeah. Because I was like, if I'm going on a date, I want backup because we need to like...
exit immediately. Yeah. Or that.
Yeah. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
But it's good to have a team backup. So I said, what do you mean? Like, why have you got your backpack? And he said, oh, he brought his toothbrush, pajamas and condoms. And I said, are you serious on the first date?
You thought you were moving in.
Yeah. I'm like, you better carry your backpack, sir.
Yeah.
You better take it back home with you.
Yeah. What?
You know, it was crazy. And I said to myself,
men are so bold.
Right. I remember telling my sister about it and she said, you better not tell dad. And I said, I won't.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
And my mum, I've told her now. So she knows now.
Sorry, mom.
I think that was like probably the worst one.
Yeah.
And I told him to go back. I was like, sir, you are crazy. So yeah, I think a lot of people don't think disabled people date, but we do. It's just like dating anyone else.
Yeah, of course.
You know? Of course, you have to be mature.
Yes.
You know, because
and you're very mature as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think trauma and going through hard things, it makes you grow up sooner, and especially experiencing everything you did at such a young age.
Yeah.
And then dealing with it throughout your teens and adolescence. Like, naturally, it's going to make you more emotionally mature.
Yes,
and
definitely.
Men can, be a little slower in that regard. So like, we need someone. need someone that's a little more emotionally mature. You've talked a lot about the importance of mental health and staying positive. What are the daily practices or mindset shifts that help you stay confident even on your harder, tougher days?
Plenty of Netflix. And I'm going to be real honest, like African food, like it's really like we have this food called fufu.
Yeah, I love fufu.
You see, okay, so you know already, right? With any stew, literally,
Yes.
or amala, which is like a cocoyam, I'm sure, like pounded cocoyam.
Yeah.
Just comfort
See,
food.
for me, fufu is the best because when I was growing up, and still now, I really struggle with spicy food. I'm Italian, so like we don't grow up eating a lot of spicy food, but I had a lot of Caribbean and African friends growing up, but fufu always helped me because it cuts the spice. That's my secret.
Exactly.
If a dish is too spicy, you can still eat it. Just grab a little extra fufu and you're good to go.
Exactly. So having your favorite foods around, or if it's jollof rice or cassava leaf, because I'm half Sierra Leonean, so we eat cassava leaf. That. Yeah, just having your home comforts around you, having your network is really important.
Yes.
You know, your network is your net worth, but not just like in physical money, but intrinsic value too. So having like your mom, your dad, or just someone you see as a guardian, someone close to you is really important.
That you can trust,
Yeah, whenever I'm feeling down, I have this spot in my mom's room where I sit. And whenever I sit there, she asks me, what's the problem? What's the issue now? I haven't got time for this. I need to go. You know, but she knows there's an issue.
That safe space.
Yeah,
I love
definitely.
That. How are you now with opening up to new people? Do you find that you're closed off? Do you find yourself open to new friendships, new relationships?
I actually have trust issues with people. I'm going to be real honest. Like, I don't know what's happened since 2020, but people have just lost their minds.
I agree.
So I'm not a very trusting person. I think I'm quite closed off.
Yeah.
When I was young, I used to be so open, and I think a lot of people abused my trust. A lot of people abused my kindness as well. So I have a lot of acquaintances, but not actual friends who are close to me.
Yeah.
So, I'm just really careful with like how I navigate friendships. And I think, again, since like 2020, things have changed a lot with people. And in terms of like people being selfish or jealousy or just people not having the best mental state, I think that's the biggest issue. I think it's affected a lot of people.
It's true.
But to be honest, I kind of enjoyed the lockdown. I think, like I said, it brought me closer to God, and actually took my first trip to Africa in 2020.
Oh, wow.
So we were here for the first lockdown. The second lockdown,
I was like, I'm out of here.
Ran to Sierra Leone, and we were like there for like 6 months or something.
I love that. I had a couple friends that were in Africa during the pandemic, and they said it was amazing.
They had locked down for like 3 days, and they said they struggled. And I'm like, guys, try like 3 months.
Yes.
Like, you don't know.
You've built such a powerful voice in a world that often overlooks people with disabilities. What do you want your legacy to be in this space? What do you want to live on beyond you?
I want people to have a solid foundation of faith. I think that's the best legacy you can leave. A positive message, something that can empower people to keep going in times of struggling, and to rejoice when you're not struggling as well. I also want to make sure people understand exactly who Jesus is and the impact he can have on our lives if we just be still. You know, sometimes we do too much. I know this sounds really vague, but I promise I don't sound crazy.
No,
but
you don't sound crazy at all to me.
People just we need to let go of things and just really understand what truly makes us happy, what truly gives us joy, what wakes us up in the morning.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree with that. And I think that it's so interesting because for me, I grew up in church. And then as I got older, I really believed that I don't believe in organized religion and I don't align with what's in the Bible. But I'm still a very spiritual person, and I still feel very connected with God. I have a very different relationship with God than the traditional person that goes to church.
Same.
But I'm able to have these amazing conversations with my friends that do go to church every Sunday and believe everything the Bible says and are, you know, active Christians or, you know, Catholic, Baptist, whatever their religion may be. And I think, again, it's all about being open-minded to other people and other perspectives. And that's another reason for me personally why I don't believe in organized religion is I want us to all come together. Whether you're Muslim, whether you're Catholic, whether you're Christian, we can all align and have a vision. I just hope that every person is able to find that bigger purpose out there, whether that's God, whether that's universe, whether it's Mother Nature, whatever it is. I think it just gives you a reason to keep going sometimes outside yourself when you need that energy to keep you going. And I always say, the universe, Mother Nature, my ancestors, they keep me going. And that is God to me. Like I feel that, you know? And so I think it's really powerful. I connect with everything you're saying, even though it might not be the language that hits home perfectly to me, or what I say might not hit you. I hear you very clearly. And I think that's what's beautiful about having conversations like this and talking about God and talking about religion and our beliefs. Again, we have more commonalities than we do differences.
We do. And actually, it's really interesting. Where my mom is from, Sierra Leone, Christians and Muslims will celebrate Eid, Christmas. Well, Christmas is not really Christian, but anyway, I'm not getting into that. not today.
That's another story for another time.
Another studio, maybe. So everyone celebrates Eid, Christmas, Easter, New Year. Everyone celebrates everything together. So we have this thing in Sierra Leone. We call people Christmas, like a Christian Muslim.
Okay,
I love that,
Christmas.
Yeah, because sometimes your mum will be Christian and your dad will be Muslim.
Yeah.
So you go to the mosque on Friday and go to church on Sunday. It's not really allowed, but you know, it happens.
Hey.
And I just find it so funny how everyone is like so connected.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I love that. That is beautiful. That is so beautiful.
So yeah.
What would you say you're working towards now? What do you see in your future? What do you want to achieve in your career in living within your purpose?
Now, actually, I run a business. I've been running it since like 2018.
Okay,
I think
love that.
2018. And now I'm really behind the scenes. I have a marketing agency, so social media marketing. We help influencers and businesses, and we match them together to help them create the best ads and the best content possible online.
That's incredible. We need you, us creators. I mean, you know, because you're a creator as well.
But I think it's important that content creators and influencers create a career outside or connected to, but a bit outside of just the pay for promo type of thing. You know,
100%.
Otherwise, after 5 years, you become a household name that people don't really, you know, not really excited about anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone has their prime.
Yes.
So you need to build something before that prime passes. You know? That's what I'm doing now. I do a lot of speeches abroad. So I go to places in Africa, Asia, and some parts of Europe as well, mainly like France and Italy, to speak about God, to speak about my journey, my story, and to inspire people.
What advice would you give someone who's struggling with their own confidence, particularly those going through major life changes?
Have your village. Have a village or two. 3 will be good. Have people around you that you know you can trust, you can love, who will be sensitive to your insecurities and will motivate you, will help you, because nobody can do it alone. We're not an island. No one is an island. So we definitely need that support. A lot of people believe that if you need help, you're weak, but it's not weakness, it's strength, you know, but nobody is strong alone if you think about it. So
no one is an island. I love that. I need to remember that.
There's a lot of Yoruba anecdotes. There's plenty.
That's a really good one. I'm going to keep that with me for sure. So I'm a bit of a loner. I think because of like what I've been through in life, I can sometimes just want to be alone a lot. How do you deal with being alone? Are you able to be alone? Is that something that's difficult because you may need other people to be helping you? Like, talk to me a little bit about that.
I love my own company. I got to be honest.
Yes.
Like, I think I was telling my friend the other day, I would love to go out with like my friends all the time. We go shopping, we go here, but I don't want to wait for anyone. I'm a bit impatient. I've got to be honest.
I am. I get it.
So I kind of like going by my own trajectory. I like going by my own time and not just like day to day. I think in life in general, I don't really have an issue being alone. I think it's good to be able to have time to reflect and be very introspective.
I always say we need our alone time. That's how we develop interpersonally.
Exactly.
And without that, you really, you know, you have nothing to go off of except what you're experiencing in the outside world. Because if you're constantly connecting with other people, it's, what are their thoughts? What are their feelings? Let me ask for their validation.
This is why people scroll on TikTok, to find opinions, to find out how to feel about something.
Oh,
and
that is so real. That's why you see, like, literally, I said this before, but I'll post a TikTok or I'll see a creator post a TikTok and they'll be like, oh, I love my red shirt today. And someone in the comments will be like, your shirt's blue. And then 3 other people are like, your shirt's blue, your shirt's blue,
then
your shirt's blue. And it's like, is my shirt blue? Because now it's like a very Black Mirror, like mind F of like what's actually going on here. And it's true that people do seek that validation and literally that decision making of like, how should I feel about this? Or what am I seeing right now? Let me go to the comments and see how I should feel.
Exactly. Even I remember a video of me went viral last year when I went 2 years ago when I went to Ghana, And it was just of me dancing, enjoying my life. And somebody put, oh, she looks so drunk. And I remember that time I wasn't drinking. I don't drink anymore. At university maybe, but now I don't drink.
Yeah.
And I thought I must look really bad if you think I'm drunk in the video. And then people were agreeing with this person. I said, you guys are crazy. Like, and people just thought I was drunk, basically.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was
and people
so
will point things
bizarre.
out you didn't even think about. Like, people are literally watching to scrutinize. And it's like,
pretty much.
Yeah, it's dark. Do you still have feelings of loneliness and insecurities that you still struggle with?
No, I think maybe like, for example, if I like when I'm doing my eyebrows, if I do something wrong and then I pluck a hair that's not like the right place, and I'll be like vexed and upset. But apart from superficial things like that, I don't really experience any more of my insecurities that I had as a child. I think through life, you begin to accept yourself, and then that's when you truly begin to live. Because you realize you do deserve everything and more. Yeah. Because you are a child of God and also a human being who deserves everything that, you know, is given to you. So why not just live?
I totally agree with that. I think that really touched me. That's I think we forget that a lot, you know, and we need constant reminders. What is your self-love language?
Oh my gosh, there was this phrase my mom gave me when I was having issues in school. She said, beautiful, rich, fuck 'em all. That was the 3 words. Like, rich is in life, and then beautiful, and then F them all, basically. And that was those 3 words. She kept telling me, repeat them every day, and I still remember them till today. I use it when I'm anxious.
Okay, so like words of affirmation.
Yeah. Okay. And that was something that my mom would just keep telling me every single day.
I love that.
I love it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Beautiful, rich, F them all.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you feeling today?
Oh, like 20.
Oh,
like, I'm really comfortable. So I'm just like,
I love that.
relaxed.
Aren't the chairs comfortable?
Yeah.
I purposely
I like
wanted
the
to get like
fabric.
really cozy chairs. Yes, that was important to me. What's one thing you wish people understood about you?
That I live my life to the fullest. There's nothing that I lack in. And it's not, a lot of people don't like praising themselves. I love to praise myself because I'm creation of God. Why shouldn't I praise that? You know?
I totally agree.
And one thing I always pray for is for people to see me how God sees me. Because we don't see ourselves how God sees us, which is why sometimes people run into insecurity and anxiety and like low self-esteem. We don't see ourselves how God sees us.
Yeah.
But if you truly understood the love of God and how much he loves us, you wake up with peace and happiness every day.
What's the most empowering thing you've learned about your body?
That it does what I need it to do. It allows me to live and be present and eat yummy food and cook yummy food and to just live and do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you love cooking a lot? I feel like
love cooking.
Again, you're a Yoruba woman. I'm Italian woman. I get it. What advice would you give someone who feels like they're not enough?
I would tell them that the world has its value system, but so does God. And the world and God are not one. They're 2 separate things. So you need to listen to one or the other. And obviously choose God. Yeah. You know?
If you could instantly change one thing about the world's view of disability, what would it be?
That we are, again, in lack. I don't lack anything. I don't feel like I am missing out on anything, whether it's dating or traveling, or which is often the things people pick on, or they think that you're insecure. Yeah. I remember being asked at 16, have I been in a relationship before? At 16, I was studying. Yeah. I don't know where you're coming from, you know? So I know people do date, but at that time, being African as well, I could not date at 16. Yeah. No way.
What's one thing that needs to change when it comes to representation in fashion and media?
To be honest, we're kind of past inclusivity now with the Ozempic era. I think now we've reverted back into the early 2000s of like skinny is in. Yeah. You can't be too skinny, Kate Moss, that type of era now. And also when you think of like, I know they had a Sydney Sweeney issue.
With Gap.
Yeah. And then when you think of like how things are not really as diverse. I know they had the thing in America, DEI.
Yeah, DEI initiatives pulled back.
Yeah, so we've gone backwards pretty much.
We're going backwards in every form of the sense. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so I think we just have to open our eyes and realize that we may look different, but internally we're all human. You know, if we cut our arms, we will bleed the same color. I hope anyway, because I know
I hope.
I hope. Otherwise, I'm not involved. Like, so yeah, I think we just have to overlook those things and look at what truly makes us all human.
Yeah.
And the same thing with disabled people. We are all just normal people. We all desire love. We all desire happiness. We all want to have that, like a house and a car and like marriage, and it's all the same stuff.
Yeah.
So what makes me different is nothing really, apart from my physical body, you know?
Yeah.
So
That is so true. What would you say your personal definition of confidence is?
fulfillment, contentment as well. I believe in this world, we are running on a hamster wheel looking for the next fix, whether it's like dopamine, whether it's like social media validation, whether it's money or materialism, the next Gucci, Dior bag, like that stuff doesn't matter. Be content, strive for more, but be content as well, because otherwise you will never keep running.
That is
You'll always keep running.
I need that advice. Yeah, you'll never stop.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so now we've come to the moment for the confidence book. We have every guest write a message, a mantra, something that inspires you or can inspire other people. So we'll give you a minute to do that, and then hopefully I'll get you to share it. Whenever you're ready to read,
Sure.
I'm excited to hear what you put.
So my message says, Rome wasn't built in a day. Take your time to blossom.
Oh, I love that. That's really beautiful.
Something
it's
short
true.
and sweet.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. I think that it's very true that we all need time to develop and blossom and learn who we are. Thank you so much. I love that.
You're welcome. And by the way, I love your nails.
Thank
They're
you.
so
I actually need to
cute.
get them done so bad. These are my Fashion Week nails.
Really?
Yes.
Oh gosh, I love them.
Are you into nails?
Yeah, you know, I was going to mention the funny thing is, as an amputee, I'm obsessed with shoes and nails. I know it sounds so bizarre. It's like polar opposites.
You're a girl. It
But-
doesn't sound bizarre to
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Honestly, I really want to buy a pair of Louboutins just to look at. Like, just to have in a, like,
Okay,
in a
but you
display
could get
box.
prosthetics that have shoes that have feet as well, that you could wear shoes, right?
I actually have one. I don't wear them.
The ones your mom got you?
Yeah. I don't wear them, but I will happily just like buy even the trainers.
Yeah.
just
Okay.
to,
So
like,
look, we'll
see.
find you a man. He'll get you some Louboutins.
Yes.
Then we'll make mommy proud, and we'll wear the prosthetics that she got.
I can buy my own shoes though. He can buy me like
Ooh.
maybe jewelry and assets and maybe
And
some
a house?
houses. Art
I like
is
the way
as
you
an asset.
think.
No, we buy the material stuff, but they buy the assets. So.
Yeah. Hannah, this has been so amazing. I'm so glad that you could come here and make this happen and be a part of this. It's been really special. And thank you for sharing your journey and being authentic and just being yourself.
Thank you for having me. I've had a lot of
course.
fun.
Oh,
I
good.
can do this like every week.
Oh,
like
good.
what time next week?
Come back. Come back, girl. We would love to have you. And that's a wrap on another episode of The Confidence Hour. If this episode made you feel seen, heard, or even a little bit more confident, please share it. You never know how much it could impact you. And Hannah's story is beautiful. So I want as many people to see it as possible. And remember, confidence isn't about perfection. It's about showing up anyway. So until next time, stay bold, stay grounded, and stay you.